Welcome to Alpine headquarters. Today we're going to go over some of the features and benefits of our Soft Loc arrow quivers. So our Soft Loc quivers feature a 3 arrow, and we also have a 5 arrow model. These are going to come in green, black, and also Realtree edge. So on the Soft Loc, we've got 2 rubber grippers here. These are really going to help with vibration dampening, make it a really light, really quiet quiver for the bow. On this universal bracket, we're going to have multiple setting points. So we're going to have 3 holes on the top, and then we're going to have 5 holes on the bottom. These series of holes are going to allow us to configure our setup on the bow that is optimized for the way that you pack in and pack out, and even tree stand versatility. So the hardware kit is going to come with 2 long screws, 2 short screws, and 2 spacers. And what that's going to allow us to do is either gain some height with the spacers, which I'm going to have to use these on this PSE here, and really kind of configure it so that it gives us the best optimum setup. So as you go to set up your quiver on your bow, a couple things to be mindful of is the angle at which you want to carry it. This is going to come into play the way you pack it if you're carrying it on an ATV or a pack. So just be mindful, because the way that you do angle the quiver, it's going to affect your shot. So make sure that you're shooting with your quiver on, if that's the way that you're going to hunt, just to make sure that everything's good to go. So checking this alignment here, my cable guard is offset from the riser. So I'm going to have to use the 2 spacers that are included. And what I like to do here is kind of get a feel for the geometry of where I'm going to set this. So I'm going to put this right in the middle hole, because I like things to be kind of centered. So I'm going to take spacer 1, and I'm going to put that on the top. And I'm just going to run that straight through the quiver bracket with the long screw. Have the spacer on there. And at this point, I'm just going to set it on and just tighten it up just a little bit. And that's going to allow me to kind of move this around so that I can see the angle or the quiver pitch of where I want to have it set. So as I mentioned, with a little bit of tension, we're going to be able to slightly move this bracket around to whatever hole we want. So if you want your arrows to kind of kick back, you can set it in one of these other holes. Or if you want it completely vertical, just align it so that it's totally vertical and then lock it in place. I'm going to set this one up with a slight rear kick. So at this point, I've got a little bit of tension on the top screw. Set it down. And then you don't have to over tighten these. Snug, and then a good quarter turn is more than enough. So here I've got a 3 arrow version of the Soft Loc. This is going to work great on micro diameters. If you're running something like a Pierce, it's going to lock into place really well. I primarily hunt with an axis and a mechanical arrow. So on the inside of these hoods, since this is a 2 arrow gripper system, the insert foam is removable. So I'm going to have to remove that part. I'm just going to install one just to kind of get the alignment on my bow so that we can get a feel of how it's going to be aligned. And then I'm just going to roll it into the front and then roll it in to snap it in place in the back. So that's going to be our offset alignment. Depending on how I carry, sometimes this is beneficial for me. It's going to keep knocks and the fletchings back. I know that when I'm walking in and out of the woods, sometimes that helps, because if my pack has a cam cradle holder on the bottom, as I'm walking, it kind of gives me a better idea on where things are on my body, and keeps it kind of streamlined with the bow. And again, if we want to take a look and see what it looks like in a vertical position, we can pull this quiver back off. And all I'm going to do is pull the bottom screw out loosen the top one just a little bit. Rotate it so that it's vertically aligned. Now we can snug both of them back up. Reinstall. And now we're set with a vertical alignment. Again, how you choose to set up your quiver is entirely a personal preference thing. There really is no right or wrong way. It's however best suits your hunting style. The Soft Loc and all of our other great quivers are all proudly made here right in the United States of America. For more information on the Soft Loc quivers or any of our other models, visit us at alpinearchery.com.